Sean McDermott, postgame at the podium.
All right, let me start off by thanking some people that I think we need to thank here in terms of the effort that it took to get us into the stadium today and to get people here and here safely. I know it didn't stop snowing hard around here, at least until about 4 a.m. this morning, so I thought it was an admirable effort by everyone involved to get this game ready to be played, and in the streets, sidewalks, the roads, even getting here cleared off. So inside the Bills organization, Andy Major, Josh Zerlikowski, Aaron Ramella, and their respective staffs. I'd like to thank Governor Hochul. It's always hard to make decisions, and I think, you know, the way that she put the safety of the public first above the game, I think that just shows a lot about who she is and her care for people. All those who helped in the snow removal around this facility, around the stadium, and like I mentioned, the roads as well. I looked out my window a few times yesterday, and it was hard to see. So everyone that was out there working hard on the public's behalf to make it safe to get to the game today, and then Bills Mafia showed up. I know that there wasn't always clean seats to sit on, but it didn't seem like it mattered to them. So I applaud Bills Mafia for showing up the way that they did in the fashion that they did. So always great to get a win, hard to win in the NFL, in particular in the playoffs. Thought our guys stepped up. We had some guys getting banged up during the game. We answered, we countered when we needed to counter. And good to get a win. So with that, I'll turn it over to you with your questions.
I know you've made it a point to next man up all season long when you guys have gone down. But what does Terrell Bernard mean to your defense, and what's the kind of status of that injury?
Yeah, and as far as the injuries go, I don't know the status. I have not had a chance to stop in with Nate there and check up on the latest, if you will. So, but what TB means, I mean, I think it speaks for itself. And the year that he's had as a young player stepping in with basically no experience in leading our defense, not only being productive, but also the leadership aspect of the job, that middle linebacker position, does a lot for our defense.
Talk about Klein coming off the couch and doing
Yeah, sorry. It's I mean, it's like a guy going on, you know, the Griswolds. He's going on vacation, right? And we stopped him. I think just short of Wally World, and he came back and he put the uniform on and to go out there and play. I think that's pretty special right there. So I applaud AJ for that, and pretty remarkable.
Sean, over the years,
I should applaud his family as well for letting him come back too. So.
Over the years, you've always said Josh needs to be smart when he runs, and he needs to avoid taking hits, and then he does that. So what do you say to him after a play like that?
Yeah, it's Josh. I mean, I think it was even Joe on the headset going, get down, and then he goes and scores, and he's like, I mean, go score, right? So, no, that's Josh doing some of what Josh is known for, and you know, so it's everything in moderation.
Sean, can you talk about Khalil Shakir and how he's evolving the play, the touchdown?
Yeah.
But I mean, he's become a really reliable option.
Oh, he has. He's just, you know, again, I was watching a little bit of television last night, watching another playoff game with the young receiver the Rams have, and how they said he's not a great tester or this and that. He's a football player, and I think that's, if you measure Khalil by playing the game of football, I think he's a pretty special player and person for that matter, and I think one feeds the other. So I think more people need to start measuring some of those things as opposed to some of the measurables and find true football players.
Sean, with AJ, you know, you mentioned the fact that he had the family vacation plan, but then he comes in, you get him back, and then he runs the scout team all week.
Yeah.
Then he has to come in and finish the game for you guys. I mean, that is not a natural week for a player. I mean,
yeah, only AJ. I mean, his career getting drafted where he was drafted in terms of the round he was drafted in. He's always believed in himself. You know, he sat somewhat behind Luke for a long time in Carolina, then blazed his own trail in New Orleans there for a little bit as well, and it was fun to watch him from a distance at that point, and then to have the opportunity to get him up here to Buffalo over the last couple of seasons at times, and then to, you know, to basically say goodbye to him a few weeks ago, maybe a month it was. My timeline may not be accurate on that, but then to call him and say, hey, no, you know that retirement thing he was talking about, like, or you were talking about, let's put that off a little bit here. So, hey, everything happens for a reason. God works in mysterious ways, and very fortunate that he came back.
Hey, Sean, I know you had to be two-dimensional in this game. James Cook had been a little bit struggling since the Dallas game for sure. To get him back on track today, how important was that to what you did?
Yeah, it's always important that you can stay two-dimensional. I thought James ran with purpose tonight. You know, you could tell by the tilt of his pads he was ready to go. So, and we need more of that.
Sean, for Khalil to have the year he's had.
So the Bills get the win, and they are going to take on KC. How about in the association, the Grizzlies? That's right. The Grizzlies, who do not have John Morant, Desmond Bain, Marcus Smart, so many other players, Steven Adams, beat the Warriors, who just got Draymond Green back for the first time since the suspension, 116-107. Wow. And we will have NBA insider Bill Ryder to talk about it all after the break.